Hey everybody, it's Martha Blessing. I just wanted to hop on real quick to talk about really part two. I did a quick live stream a couple days ago about why getting a diagnosis, if you're struggling with some kind of dis-ease or illness or symptoms in your physical body, why getting a diagnosis is not going to help you. I had someone reach out to me. They wanted a medical intuitive and they wanted to get a reading and they didn't want coaching. You can catch that live stream if you go down and look on this page, what that was about and why I was talking about it. And so it hasn't left me. It's been sticking in my mind still about this whole idea and concept of when people are struggling with anxiety, with depression, with chronic illnesses that can actually completely be healed and be reversed. Like, what is going on, and why going to the doctor and getting a diagnosis? This gal clearly didn't want to go to the doctor. She wanted a medical intuitive or a medical medium. I'm actually a medical medium. There's a difference between a medical intuitive and a medical medium. I'll put that into another video. But what's going on here is, the idea of getting an actual diagnosis and why it doesn't help you. One of the things that I teach in my 5-part methodology in my programs, both in the Body Freedom Blueprint and in my private coaching programs, is step one is getting to the cause of whatever the symptoms are. Okay, so let's say you go to the doctor, you get a diagnosis, irritable bowel. Now, this sounds stupid, but so what? So what did you get? I don't know one person who has irritable bowel that getting the diagnosis has helped them heal it. Western medicine has not healed irritable bowel. All the people I know who still take, go to the doctor, get medications, and take these pills, they still have irritable bowel. Why? Why are people still so sick with everything that we have available? With the Reiki, with the healing, with acupuncture, with so many modalities and Western medicine, why aren't people getting better? This is the number one thing, and it's talking about cause. A diagnosis is not the same as getting to what the cause is. That just so happens to be my zone of genius, right, as a medical medium. And here's what the difference is between a medical medium and a medical intuitive. Medical intuitive will read your energy. Legally, they cannot diagnose. They cannot tell you, I see cancer in your body, I see tumors, or I see herniated disc. They cannot diagnose you. It's against the law. The only one who can give you a diagnosis is a medical doctor. So they can read your energy. I read people's energy too. I read their physical energy, but I also read their karmic energy and mental, emotional, and spiritual. So the difference between a medical intuitive and what I do, and really the gift of it, is that I end up getting to what is the mental, emotional, or spiritual, the actual cause that is being held somewhere in the physical body that is creating the imbalance. So getting to the cause, like if we talk about stress, 75 to 90% of all illness is caused by stress. What is stress? Stress is our mental, emotional, and spiritual reaction to what's happening and going on in our lives. And it's most of the time we're either in the past or in the future. So if we're talking about stored emotions, if we're talking about stored energy that's not moving, if you've listened to me at all before, I'm telling and teaching people we are a container of energy, period, boiled down at its basic level. And we have control and we have choice over what energy comes in and what energy goes out and what stays. So it doesn't matter if it happened lifetimes ago. It doesn't matter if it happened 6 years ago or 6 months ago or 6 days ago or 6 hours ago. We actually have control over that energy and what we keep and what we let go of. Part of it is our beliefs. That's part of what I unpack with people, with clients. And reframe the energy. It's all energy. We know this. So getting a diagnosis, it's pointless. And it actually is detrimental. When doctors gave me diagnoses, when I was in a wheelchair and I couldn't walk, or when I got cancer, I paid no attention to the diagnosis and the Western medicine. And people will be like, well, that's crazy, Martha. You have to pay attention. Well, I was a nurse for 25 years, so I know not to pay attention. Okay. But get to the cause, which is somewhere there is a block in your energy, in your body, in your system. And you're either having a repetitive thought or a stuck emotion, a stuck feeling, a stuck pattern, someplace that it's been there long enough. Our energetic body is like a reverse blueprint. Things stay in our field before they actually make their way into our physical body as a solid change in our cells and an illness and a dis-ease. Okay? Making sense? So you have the ability to change all of this. And you don't need to get a diagnosis. I will tell you this, if you are struggling with something and you haven't been able to heal it, or you haven't been able to break free from it, please reach out to me. The readings that I do, it's a body, mind, spirit, intuitive reading. So it goes into all aspects, the physical, mental, emotional, and the spiritual. What are the imbalances? What are the thought patterns? What's going on? And really getting to what the core cause of the imbalance is. I had a woman I did a reading with last week. Her hair was falling out. You wouldn't suspect this, but it was so clear to me with the downloads that I get. I channel a group of guides. Their name is Grayson. And so that's what happens in a reading, is they can tell me it's not about diagnosing an illness. She reached out to me and said, I'm losing my hair. I need to figure out why, what's going on. That's where my zone of genius is. I can tell you exactly what's going on. I will channel and download all of that information. Yes, you're in a physical body and you need to take care of that physical body. But there isn't enough broccoli or red peppers to make up for the person who has an energy block and an energy imbalance or grief in their heart. There isn't enough Lasix and heart medications and blood pressure medication if you're holding grief and energy in your heart. So this young woman was losing her hair. And the instant that she and I connected, I do my readings on Zoom, the instant that she and I connected, I started getting the downloads. And Grayson and the guides said to me, ask her what it is she's not doing that she wants to be doing in the world. What is it? It was all sacral chakra related issues. Okay. So they're giving me more and more information and more downloads. And as she's speaking, it's all clicking and it's all connecting. And it's like this energetic loop and feedback of getting to what the core problem was. And I'm not going to divulge all of her information, but she had gone to the doctors and the doctors kept looking at hormones and kept looking. And I was like, yeah, it is related to hormones. They will find the hormones out of balance. Possibly. She was perimenopausal. But just taking the hormones, getting a diagnosis and taking the hormones is not going to correct the problem, because energetically, she had some things going on. She had emotions that were stored in her sacral. She had grief that had not been processed from her heart. And all of this stuff was creating energy that was stagnated. And it was affecting her adrenal glands, which in turn was affecting her cortisol, which was in turn affecting her hormones. Now she's in perimenopause and she couldn't get away with it anymore. That's what happens. A lot of people are fine till they hit certain areas of that cycle. And you can start, people now, things are so out of balance, you can hit perimenopause very early. And so this is what was happening. So I just wanted to pop on and talk about this because getting a diagnosis, mindset is so much a part of healing. And when you're in that mindset of the second that a physician says to you, and I'm not saying don't go to the doctor, okay, that would be completely irresponsible. Um, if you follow me at all, you'll come to know how I balance all of these pieces. Again, I was a nurse for 25 years, so I'm not going to say don't go to the doctor. You have to stay alive until you figure out what the root cause is and how to clear it. So a lot of what I teach people in my work is how to actually clear it. You don't need to go. I had an energy healing touch practice and Ayurvedic practice for many, many years. I've been doing this work for over 2 decades. You don't have to go to anyone to help you clear the energy. You can clear the energy yourself. And I recommend that you do. When you go inward, if you haven't been to my website, please go get, I have a free guided exercise there that is to connect you. You have every single answer you need inside of you. My work is to just guide people to that and help them unpack it all. But you have everything. So please go to the website, get the free meditation. It's a guided exercise to connect you to your higher self so that you can become your own best healer. You have everything you need inside to do that. You don't have to keep going and plopping yourself on someone's table if you want to be fully empowered to step into your personal power and to spark that healing to create your own personal power. The other thing you can do is certainly if you're struggling with something, reach out to me. I'll put a link below for both of these in the video, both to the guided experience and also to book a body, mind, spirit intuitive reading so that you can get to the cause. The diagnosis doesn't matter. When you take somebody says, oh, you have fibromyalgia, right? Like when I had that, I didn't accept it. I don't want to affirm that for myself. I don't want a diagnosis. I don't want to have those words come into my reality and get cemented. Because now I'm saying, well, I got to keep this because I have this, right? We want to belong. I don't want to belong to that club. I don't want to have anything except what I choose. So I just wanted to pop on. You can leave your comments below. If you have any questions, please reach out to me. Please join the Healed and Unlimited group. It's an exclusive group that I have here on Facebook as well, and you can type questions in there. So thanks for listening, and I will talk to you guys again very soon. Take care.